In this video, we're diving into some of the most unbelievable moments that got caught on camera without anyone noticing. From unexpected surprises to funny slip-ups, you won't believe what was recorded when the camera kept rolling. When you're working alongside your best friends, every workday feels like pure fun. An intriguing clip from the supermarket shows a shopper performing a curious ritual before picking out a cucumber. What could be the purpose behind this little pre-purchase routine? This hair salon is the best in town, all thanks to this talented stylist. Honestly, I'd go for a fresh haircut and a head massage too, though I have a feeling my spouse might be filing for divorce the same day. The dog leaps off the roof, aiming straight for the other dog like a furry missile on a mission, his eyes locked in fierce determination as he descends, each second feeling like an eternity as he closes the distance. The pit bull lunged, eyes locked on the poodle, but the owner barely managed to hold the chain tight in his hands, struggling to prevent a dangerous clash that was moments away, the tension thick in the air as both dogs growled fiercely. The motorcyclist revs his engine, speeding off down the road, unaware that he's accidentally dragging a lawnmower behind him, its wheels bumping against the pavement as he zooms forward, oblivious to the chaos he's unintentionally creating in his wake. The little boy, with his tiny hands and big intentions, accidentally knocked over his dad's fast food stand, sending fries flying and ketchup spilling everywhere as he tried to help. The motorcycle roared to life on its own, its engine firing up with a deafening sound before it shot forward, crashing into the moving escalator with a jolt that sent sparks flying, causing bystanders to jump back in shock and confusion. The woman slipped in the kitchen, her feet skidding out from under her as she tried to catch herself, only to send the entire pot of sauce crashing to the floor in a messy splatter that left a stain no one could ignore, the rich tomato aroma filling the air as the mess spread across the tiles. A massive storm suddenly hit the workers, sending debris flying through the air as the camera captured the chaos, the wind howling like a wild animal, and the rain pouring down in sheets that obscured everything in sight, soaking the workers to the bone as they tried to secure their equipment in the fury of nature. The umbrella, caught by the sudden gust of wind, shot forward like a missile, slamming into the windshield with a loud crash, leaving behind a spiderweb of cracks as the driver blinked in disbelief at the unexpected damage, his hands gripping the wheel tightly as he tried to make sense of what had just occurred. The glass slipped from his hand and tumbled through the air, only to land perfectly upright on the tray with a soft clink, as if it had a mind of its own, defying the odds and making him stare in amazement at the unexpected perfection of the moment. The delivery man, struggling with the weight of the new fridge, lost his balance for a split second, and before he knew it, the bulky appliance toppled over, crashing to the floor with a loud thud that echoed through the hallway, causing a ripple of panic as he scrambled to assess the damage and figure out how to fix the situation. As the truck sped down the highway, the trailer's latch gave way, and with a loud bang, the car flew off the back, landing with a thud on the road as the startled drivers slammed on their brakes, trying to avoid the chaos that had suddenly unfolded in front of them. Man, with a smile that stretched from ear to ear, playfully tossed a ball across the room, watching in awe as his pet lion bounded after it, its powerful muscles rippling under its golden fur, turning the living room into a wild jungle for a few fleeting moments. The young man, nervous and fidgeting in the waiting room, swung the door open with a little too much force, and before he realized it, the door crashed into the wall with a loud bang, causing the dental nurse to jump in surprise as the doctor peered from her office in disbelief, wondering if the door had just burst off its hinges all on its own. Man, deep in thought as he walked through his backyard, didn't notice the slippery edge of the pool, and before he could even react, he slipped, tumbling headfirst into the cool water with a splash that sent ripples across the entire pool, leaving him sputtering in surprise as he tried to regain his balance. The man, trying to quickly park his car in his own driveway, misjudged the space and, with a loud crunch, slammed into the pole, leaving him frozen in disbelief as the car's front bumper crumpled and the pole shook violently in response to the impact. In a moment of pure chaos, the fish suddenly leapt from the aquarium, landing with a wet slap on the edge of the table. But the man, eyes wide with panic, quickly grabbed it and returned it to the safety of the water, his heart racing from the brief scare. The woman, in a rush to prepare dinner, accidentally knocked over the saucepan, splattering red sauce everywhere, leaving her kitchen looking like a battlefield as she frantically tried to clean up the mess before it dried, cursing under her breath at her own clumsiness, while wiping sauce from the walls. Woman walking briskly across the bridge lost her footing on the wet surface, and before she could react, she slipped right off the edge, plunging into the river below with a splash that echoed across the quiet town, leaving her disoriented as the cold water rushed around her. The husband and wife, completely immersed in the game, were shouting and cheering at the TV, jumping up and down in their living room as their team scored a try, with the excitement so contagious that even the dog started barking along with them, while the couple laughed and high-fived each other, caught up in the thrill of the moment. In a panic, the man knocked over the delicate ornament his wife cherished, but with a nervous laugh, he pointed at the dog lying nearby and said, "It was him," hoping his wife would fall for the excuse, even as the dog stared at him in confusion, blissfully unaware of the lie being told in its name. In a moment of distraction, the man tossed his keys into the trash can along with a handful of scraps, not realizing his mistake until he heard the unmistakable clink of metal, turning around just in time to see them disappear beneath the pile of discarded food containers, his heart sinking as he realized he would have to dig through the garbage to retrieve them. The man, in a moment of clumsiness, knocked over a massive barrel of sauce, watching in horror as it spilled across the floor in a red flood, splashing everywhere, covering his shoes, the table, and even the walls in a sticky mess, while he stood frozen, unsure of how to even begin cleaning up the overwhelming mess. A massive truck, barely able to stop in time, swerved and knocked over the outdoor tables, sending plates of dinner crashing to the ground, and in an instant, what was meant to be a peaceful evening of dining turned into chaos as people scrambled to save their food. With lightning-fast reflexes, the man in the bar dodged a flying glass, his movements so smooth and precise that it seemed like he had anticipated the entire situation before it even happened, leaving everyone around him in awe, and the bartender couldn't help but stare, amazed at how effortlessly he moved. The dog, oblivious to the giant puddle in front of him, took a leap and landed right in the middle of it, causing the people around to burst into laughter as he splashed water everywhere, looking both confused and drenched, his little paws slipping out. He tried to stand still, unsure of what to do next. The drone captured something that looked strange at first glance. Man in the taxi, distracted by something on his phone, slammed into the garage door, causing a loud crash that made everyone in the vicinity jump as the taxi's bumper dented the door, leaving a mark that would take more than a coat of paint to fix, and the driver just sat there in disbelief, wondering how it all went so wrong, unable to fathom how quickly the situation had spiraled out of control. A whole flock of ducks waddled into the man's barber shop, quacking loudly as they squeezed past the chairs, causing the barber to drop his scissors in surprise, while the customers sat frozen, unsure whether they should laugh or help herd the birds out, with one particularly bold duck even hopping up onto a chair as if it was about to get its own trim. The chaos continued for several minutes, with a few ducks waddling into the waiting area and staring at the mirror, seemingly admiring themselves, as the barber nervously picked up his scissors, unsure of what to do next. The man, holding his baby in one arm, skillfully kicked the ball into the basket from the couch in the living room, sending a perfect shot that made the baby giggle in delight, while the man tried to act casual, though secretly proud of his unexpected basketball skills. As the ball swished through the hoop, he shot a playful glance at the baby, who let out a high-pitched laugh, as if recognizing that together they'd just pulled off something truly remarkable. The cameras at work caught the man casually slacking off, sipping coffee while pretending to type away at his desk, a smirk playing on his face as he hoped no one would notice his blatant attempt to dodge responsibility. But little did he know, the footage was already making its rounds in the office. His coworkers were amused by his attempts to look busy, some even mimicking his actions behind his back, making the whole situation feel like a comedy show that had everyone laughing, except for the boss who would soon be watching the footage too. The boat was crashing into other boats out on the open sea as the captain seemed to lose control of the steering, sending waves splashing over the decks and leaving the passengers scrambling for safety. Despite the chaos, a few of the more adventurous onlookers laughed, taking videos of the absurd situation, while the crew frantically tried to regain control of the boat and avoid further collisions, all the while trying to keep calm as the water splashed over the sides, chaos mounting with each crash, and the captain's frustrated attempts to steer, making the whole situation feel like a chaotic carnival ride. They had no idea a camera was watching them. If you're still here with us, I can't thank you enough. Your support means the world, and we wouldn't be here without you. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share where you're watching from. It truly warms our hearts to know you're a part of this journey with us. The massage session ended with him feeling more stressed than when he first arrived. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments what you thought or what you'd like to see next. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and we'll catch you in the next one.